Hey, hi, it's Jim. How you doing? It's Tuesday. Porcupine tree, eh? Wow. I tell you what, I'm just looking at the stats up there on the screen. That video, which is less than 24 hours old, I think I uploaded it about 5:30 last night, and it's now nearly 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Tuesday. So yeah, less than 24 hours. It's up to 6,800 views, which I know in the grand scheme of things amongst sort of like big YouTube channels, it's nothing. But for me, that's huge. I can't believe that many people have watched this video. So yeah, wow. Anyway, today we're not talking about porcupine tree, although I'd like to. No, we're not. It's that time where I need to review or need to sort of collate the records that I've managed to get hold of in the previous month. So we're going to look at October's record haul. So as usual, there's quite a lot of secondhand stuff, eBay, Discogs, and so on and so forth. Charity shop finds. There's also new records, stuff bought from directly from the artists themselves. A couple of bits from Amazon, just stuff, and so on and so forth. So, without any further ado, because that's what you have to say on YouTube. Well, a bit of further ado. I'll have a sip of coffee first. Right, that's enough ado doing. Let's get going. Right, first record. This is Marty Friedman, Dragon's Kiss. So back in the very early days of the channel, I listened to Forbidden City by Marty Friedman, having never heard of him before, and being highly recommended by 2 or 3 people on the channel. And then afterwards, a big flurry of people saying, "God, listen to more." And then that led on to Jason Becker, I think. But yeah, I was really impressed. And I've kind of always just been sort of looking, not hard, but just sort of in the background, just in case it pops out. So, I'll get that, because it's one of those records I'd like to own. But it's not been sort of top of my list. But I found it. So this is Dragon's Kiss by Marty Friedman. It's although the print work and everything says it's on Roadrunner Records, this is a Polish import, and oddly, the label on the inner sleeve says it's on Polski Nagriana or something like that. So it's actually a Polish record label. Now, whether it's actually a genuine or a knockoff or what, I don't know. But it sounds all right. I don't care too much. It's a good sounding record, and it's everything that's meant to be on the record. So it all looks good. And it sounds good, which is kind of the main thing, isn't it? So yeah, number 1, Marty Friedman, Dragon's Kiss. So I'm looking forward to sort of hearing more of this. So yeah, there we go. Right. Number 2 on the list. Space Ritual from Hawkwind. I love a bit of Hawkwind. I love a bit of space rock. And I've got a few little bits and pieces of Hawkwind on CD. And I've never actually had any vinyl until now. So this is actually, I'm quite pleased about this. This is a Discogs buy. It's I don't know if it's an original, but it's quite old. It predates barcodes. It's 1973 as a release, but this may have been a reprint. I don't know, a year or 2 later, but it's certainly an early to mid 70s version. So this is live in Brixton in London. And also Liverpool. There you go. I didn't realise it was Liverpool as well, but it's live in as 2 different live venues, I guess, merged into one. I'm going to try and get the record out of the... Blimey, all right, Jim, come on. Not doing very well here. There we go. So, it's a gatefold Got quite a lot of tracks on here. Earth Calling, Born to Go, Down Through the Night, The Awakening, Lord of Light, The Black Corridor, Space is Deep, Electronic Number 1, All Gone Accumulator. I love that track. Absolutely love that track. It's going to be good. And this is still Lemmy on bass. So yeah, looking forward to that a lot. That's a good one. If you fancy listening to some of that with me on the channel, then give us a shout and we'll make that happen as a video. Right, record number 3, again second hand, is Bill Bruford. Feels good to me. It does. It feels good. So I have to say, doesn't he look young? It's incredible. I mean, obviously everybody's young at some stage, but wow, he kind of just looks like a kid in that. Really, don't know why I expected him not to be, because I suppose the photographs I've seen of Bill Bruford are of him in the last 10 years or so looking much younger. But yeah, I've listened to a bit of this. It's actually quite radical sort of fusiony jazz stuff. It's quite cool. Interesting photo on the front. Say interesting. I don't know what he's got there. Is that a gong and a hi-hat clutch as a ring on his finger? There we go. God, I can't get used to sort of which. I'm looking at a little monitor on my phone for this camera here, and everything's in reverse. So if I'm trying to look on there while I'm moving my hand and stuff, it's all going all over the place in the wrong place. Anyway, so that's what we've got. That's Bill Bruford. I'm looking forward to that. Now, sticking with Yes drummers and solo albums, we also have Alan White's Ramshackle. Not listened to this at all yet, but this was another second-hand eBay job for literally a couple of pounds. It's these old records don't go for a lot of money, it has to be said. They as long as you sort of are able to wait and and just sort of hold your nerve and don't keep bidding up and up and up, you're bound to get one in the end. So that's working well for me. So yeah, Alan White, Ramshackled. This has been again another recommended record on the channel from different people, and say listening to Yes, you need to listen to this as well. So we shall do that. I don't know anything about this at all, what style it's going to be or how it's going to sound, but I suspect there'll be a lot of interesting drumming, I'd hope. Anyway, so yeah, we have Alan White's Ramshackle. Now, the eagle-eyed of you will already have spotted, hovering beneath that, we've had the two drummers of Yes. We now move on to keyboards, and we have the Six Wives of Henry VIII, Rick Wakeman. And this has been massively, massively recommended. Everyone's saying this is a real must-have record. So again, I've not had a chance to listen to this yet, but this will probably be a video for the channel. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that immensely. Everyone's saying it's very yesy and very interesting and definitely worth checking out. So we'll be doing that. We'll be checking that out. That's what have we got? It's 6 tracks, oddly enough. So I guess 1 track for each of the wives. So what Rick Wakeman's doing there, lurking in the mists of the 6 wives, pretending to be Henry VIII, Rick the First. Sticking with keyboard players from Yes, this is the other one which is hugely, hugely recommended as well. So it's Patrickazz, the other keyboard player from the that sort of early mid era Yes. And again, I've not heard this. It's another old record. It's a second-hand eBay job. This is, again, probably going to be a channel playthrough. I'm looking forward to it immensely. And I don't know anything about it at all. But, you know, what, for £3 or £4 on eBay, can't really go wrong, can you? So that's a goodie. I'm looking forward to that. So, yeah, Patrickazz. What's it called? The Story of I think it's called, or something. I can't see anything on there that actually says what it's called, but I have a feeling it's called The Story of I. So, we move on, still on second-hand oldies. This time we are on to Nectar, In the Ocean. So, Zait Ghoul, you have been talking about this band for a long time, that I need to listen to them. And you've mentioned this record as well, In the Ocean. So I will be listening to this on camera for the first time. I don't know anything about the band. I don't know anything about this record. I don't know anything about how they sound, who they are, what they are. But you seem to have fairly good musical tastes. And we've had a bit of chit-chat backwards and forwards. So I thought, yeah, well, you know, why not? Why not? And you've very kindly bought me a coffee or two, so I can only, it's only fair to repay, isn't it? So your coffee has bought a record. I hope it's going to be good. I'm sure it will. So let's give that one a spin. That'll probably be coming up in the next week or so. It's 1972 American. Yeah, so this is actually an American import. Passport Records. Looks like there's 4 tracks on there. King of Twilight, Crying in the Dark, Waves, and Desolation Valley. Ooh, spooky. I know nothing else about it. Right. Still second-hand. This is a 12-inch single, Holy Smoke from Iron Maiden. Just really no reason other than I like to collect Iron Maiden records, so I've got pretty much all the albums on vinyl. I've got various 12 inches and singles and so on and so forth. If I see something coming up at the right price, I'll tend to get it. So I haven't got this. I like this song. It's a goodie. It's kind of the best song off that album, though. No Prayer for the Dying, and it's got a couple of B-sides on there, which are covers as well. All in Your Mind and Kill Me Ce Soir, which is one of them. I think is Golden Earring, but I'm not sure who the other band is. But anyway, yeah. So that's just that's an aside. That's just one to have in the collection. Right, I think we're on to our last cheapo second-hand record. This is Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark, Junk Culture. Now, that may come as a surprise. I do like a bit of OMD, it has to be said. A lot of people like Depeche Mode. A lot of people like... a lot of people like this band. I do. I really do. It's not even a guilty pleasure. It is good dark synth music. Not all of it is that dark. They have some quite shiny ones as well, but nothing like not sort of Erasure-ish. But I really like Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark, and I haven't got this record, and it's probably one that I should have. Tesla Girls, Locomotion, White Trash, Talking Loud and Clear, and Junk Culture. I mean, they're all the great songs. I probably won't be doing this on the channel. This is more of a record for me, but it's that'll go in the collection, and I'll be happy to listen to that. That's a good one. And again, there's another cheapy eBay job, about £2 or something. Right, we're on to the new records now, and I've got 2 here, which I suspect no one on the channel will have heard or own. And this is a band called Holy Moly and the Crackers. Now, I've got 2 records here. I've got Take a Bite, and we also have Salem. Now, I bought these 2 weeks ago at a gig. It's the first gig I've been to in 2 years, I guess. And the reason I went to it was local. It was in Milton Keynes at the Stables, and the bass player in the band used to be a bass player in my old band, Hayes. You may have seen my video where I listened to some of my old recordings from my old band, Hayes, back in the day. So on that recording, there was a guy called Andrew Beresford playing. Now, before Andrew joined the band, Jamie Shields was bass player for Hayes, and when he left to go off to university and to head out into the big wide world and do his thing, he eventually joined this other band, Holy Moly and the Crackers. I've never seen them before, and to actually be able to see an old mate of mine playing on quite a big stage as part of their UK tour as a professional musician, I sort of couldn't really say no and sort of not go. So there's a really good chance to sort of meet up, say hi, catch up, listen to them live, and then to say, yeah, bloody hell, I'm going to buy their records. This is good stuff. So interesting music. It's it reminds me. It's difficult to categorise. It's sort of like psychedelic folk, bluesy, Dexy Midnight Runner-ish in places, and it's all sorts of stuff. It is just joyful, happy, want to dance, but dark. It's live. It's not sequenced or anything like that. It's all live musicians, guitar, bass, accordion, violin, trumpet, drums, the whole stuff in there. It's good stuff. I recommend you, just for a breather, a refresher, to hear something different, listen to this band. They're really good. It's Holy Moly and the Crackers. They're from Newcastle, up north in the UK, and yeah, they've been going a while, and they're really good fun band. Recommended. So now we move on to more of the new records. This one you'll already all know that I've got. This is A View from the Top of the World from Dream Theater. I've had this probably about a week now. I listened to the title track of this album, A View from the Top of the World, on video. I made a video about it the end of last week. It's a great track, and I know it's sort of, some people say, oh, it's not a great track. So what are you talking about? It's bloody horrible. It's a bit boring. I enjoyed it. And to be honest, my opinion is what counts on my channel. I don't care. I don't really care. But I really enjoyed it. I think it's a really good return to sort of olden days. It's a funny word to say, olden days Dream Theater, but it ticked the boxes for me. I really liked it. And the record itself, the whole of the rest of it is very good. Really like this. And if you are a Dream Theater fan, you'll already know this. You'll have had it, you'll buy it, you'll have bought it, you'll be listening to it, streaming it, whatever it is you're doing with it. So the only people that won't have heard this are people who probably don't know Dream Theater and or don't like Dream Theater. So I'm probably preaching to the converted about that. Anyway, it's a goodie. I enjoy it. Next up, British Lion, The Burning. This is it's a double record. It's a gatefoldy, but it's this is Steve Harris from Iron Maiden's band on the side, British Lion. It's very different from Iron Maiden. It's a sort of a hard rock, short song sort of a band, and it's great, and I'm going to go and see these guys live. They're coming to Milton Keynes in December, and I'm going to see them. And they're playing in a small venue, Crawford Arms, which holds maybe 100 people, 150 people, something like that. Maybe a bit more, I don't know. But I've been there a couple of times for other gigs, and there's one time I think there was like 30 people in the audience, the other time maybe 70. So I both times they didn't feel particularly empty, but I'm going to be able to get up close and personal to Steve Harris, and that'll be interesting because normally sort of he's a speck in the distance on a stage, sort of half a mile away or something like that, isn't it? But anyway, so yeah, this is the album The Burning from British Lion, Steve Harris's other band. There he is, looking mean and moody in sunglasses. You have to wear sunglasses, don't you, as a rock star? It's kind of the rule. 11 tracks on there. So, yeah, and I don't think anything on there over 5 minutes. So they're all sort of quite short and sweet. I've listened to it a little bit. I haven't sort of gone all the way through the album yet, but it's great. It's good stuff. I've listened to... no, I have listened to it all, because I've listened to it on Spotify before. But I've not listened to all of this album yet. That's what I'm going to say. Anyway, It's fun. It's good. It's different. It's rock, not metal, and it's interesting to hear Steve Harris playing with different musicians. And it's really good. So, Pam, you talked to me about Spock's beard, didn't you? Now, it wasn't this record you were talking about. The one you suggested, and I can't remember its name now, I've searched for, and it's just not available. And where it is available, it's extortionately expensive. So I can't do it. I'm not at the minute anyway. And but I do want to get some Spock's beard. I've listened to some of it. I've listened to some of it on the channel, and I've really enjoyed what I've heard. And it's kind of, you know what, I need to probably get a bit more invested in this band, because I haven't really sort of gone that far with it. So this is Noise Floor from Spock's Beard. It's an American prog rock band. Their musicianship is off the charts. They're such a good band. This is Neil Morse. Now, I don't know if he's on this record, because he's sort of came and went sort of fairly early on with the band. But he was in the band, then he wasn't, then he came back again, then he went again. But it's I'm looking forward to exploring this. I'll probably do this as some, not maybe the whole record, but some of it on the channel. So if you know this record, and you know these tracks, and you know there's something on there that's going to be good, give us a shout, say something in the comments, and we'll try and do it on the channel. That brings us on to the final record, and this one I'm super, super excited about, because I wanted to get this for ages. And no one, I don't know why, maybe people don't know about this, but no one's talked to me about this in the comments, about saying, oh, you need to listen to this. Now, The Orb is one of my favourite bands. It's electronic ambient, dubby, house, chilly, ambient, sort of just electronic thing, and it's glorious, glorious music. But they teamed up with David Gilmour, that David Gilmour, to produce this album, which is called Metallic Spheres, and it's just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This is what Pink Floyd could have become if they'd been more adventurous and exciting and interesting in their latter years. This is from the mid-2000s, so it's not even that very, very old. This is, I think, 2010 possibly? It's 2010. And it's David Gilmour doing what David Gilmour does. So think of Pink Floyd Live in Pompeii, and his guitaring on that, and his soloing on a lot of the other stuff, over electronics and ambient soundscapes and stuff. It's just sensational, absolutely amazing. I really can't believe that no one has heard of this and no one's asked about it before, because it is brilliant. If you're interested, I will be making some videos with this, and I think you should be, because it's good. It's really good, and we don't have any David Gilmour on the channel, do we? So there we go. Well, that's the record haul for October. Another set to get stuck into the into the shelves. There's, I think, another 15 there. It's kind of about right. Most months I'm going to get somewhere between 10 and 15 records, and there we go. So I hope you enjoyed that, and if there's anything in there that you feel you want to know more about, or want to listen to, or want me to make a video about, or talk about more, then say so. Give us a shout. Thanks ever so much for the coffees. Everyone who's bought me a coffee, it was so appreciated. It helps with this sort of stuff. It really does. Because records aren't cheap. They're not cheap. Well, unless you're getting them off eBay, the second-hand ones, in which case they're very cheap, but they do tend to be a bit scratchy and crackly and poppy. Thank you ever so much for your support. Thank you for the comments, the subs, the likes, the dislikes. I don't care. I mean, you're interacting, you're commenting. It's all good. It means that means that I've made a connection with you at some level. So thank you very much. I'll see you all in the next video, whenever and whatever that is. And until then, this is Jim over and